everybody who's come out here tonight. I'm not sure how I can lift this up, but maybe I'll just grab it. So my name is Andrew Dale. I am VP Marketing with SW Sports and Entertainment, and it's a very exciting day to be here today. Actually, it was interesting how integrated Facebook and social media has become, because today when I woke up in my newsfeed, I had an anniversary of 1 year ago today. Actually, we were down the street on Elgin Street announcing this franchise, and it was a really exciting time for the development of sports in the region. And over the past year, we have had the opportunity to take this thing, turn it into something real, and today we're very excited to be announcing that that brand, that name, and the uniform. So before I get going, there are a bunch of special guests in the audience. So I see Debbie from the Chamber of Commerce. I see Paul and William Bray from RBC. We've got sponsors from the Wolves here and the whole organization. I see the Director of Sports Administration of Laurentian, a key partner in our development and our teaching. There are Cambridge College representatives here. Of course, the United Way is here, and unfortunately, the very first season ticket holder was unable to be here. He actually is in Timmins working today. He is from the United Way. His name is Michael Cullen. I probably promised him he wouldn't be here, but when we announced, the first thing he did in the excitement is he went down to the bank machine and said, "How much are season tickets?" I said, "I have no idea." And he said, "Well, can I put a deposit and make sure that I've got number one and number two?" And I said, "Well, we'll put it on file, Michael. We'll safe it away." And so it's certainly, there's been a lot of excitement. I see fans in the audience, fans of the Sudbury Wolves, but I also see fans of sports in general. Next month we'll be looking at the Sports Hall of Fame dinner, which is the annual dinner, and the greater Sudbury Sports Hall of Fame is certainly something near and dear to SW Sports and Entertainment, because as you can see on the board right here, this is about a collection of exciting things that help develop not only entertainment in our region as becoming the center of northeastern Ontario, but actually the development of youth. And so we stick pretty close to that. So my job today is to welcome and get excited about this, but the first thing I'd like to do before we reveal the name and before we get going is I want to call up Dario Zulich. Dario, you are team owner and governor here, and I'd like you to say a few words about today's event and maybe the last couple months and all that.
Thank you, Andrew. I'll hold it. If you can hold it one second. Andrew, can you hold it for a second? Because I don't know if people can recognize me with my jacket on. Thanks, Andrew. I'm happy to say a few words as the token hood ornament of the organization. Right? This is unbelievable, the excitement that's being generated, and I have to give a lot of thanks to the marketing genius of the group that's put this together. I guess good things take time, not unlike a good wine or even an event center, right? Good things take time, and so finally, like Andrew said, after a year, we're able to announce the name of the pro basketball team for Sudbury. For months and weeks now, everyone's been asking me, right down to my family at our Sunday night family dinner, they're asking, "What's the name of the team?" And I said, I don't know. Right? So I'm gonna stick to that. I still don't know the name of the team. I'm looking forward to it as much as you guys are. I'm really excited. Pro basketball is a different kind of sport. It's exciting, it's fast, and some would call it even sexy, right? So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to introducing pro basketball with the organization here in Sudbury. For now, of course, we'll be playing in the Sudbury Arena, and more details will be made available later on. And I'm hoping that 2 years from now, we'll be playing in the new spectacular Kingsway Entertainment District. That's what I'm hoping to. And it will be spectacular, and we're doing it in partnership with the City of Sudbury. It's City of Greater Sudbury. So, again, Andrew, thanks for allowing me just to say a few words before you unveil the name, and I'll hand the mic back off to you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Dario. That's it's certainly been a lot of work, that's for sure. And at this point, we'd like to undo a little bit of the suspense. I can see there's a lot of heat in the room. So at this point, I think we're playing the video.
Yeah.
Are we playing the video? So I'm going to cue the video.
Oops, already. Go ahead. You guys get up. Dramatic pause for a second. Just give us a second. We're gonna fix this. We just wanted to create a little bit of suspense for everybody. Teaser. How you guys feeling about that? Something flashed on the screen really quickly, eh? Yeah, like everybody knows already. But like, we're gonna explain a little bit more after we play this video, which is finally up on this screen. Why don't we start it at the beginning, Jason? Is that a possibility?
It's totally a possibility.
All right, we are gonna do this again. Now everybody pretend you didn't see it. Let's get excited.
Make it loud.
Came to race a bar from a Hendrix play guitar. Daisy only saying no. Johnny lies, all the stone. Worth Mark Chapman didn't shoot that gun. The same one who sang Give Peace a Chance was the same one who died from violent hands. So should we all take a silent stance? Our celebrities targets from our great fans. I know something smells like teen spirit. I know something smells like teen spirit. And if someone yells, can we hear it? We gotta be dead for you to listen to the lyrics. Wake up from that sleepy trance, 'cause tonight the dead will dance. They will love you when you're dead. It don't matter who you are, just as long as you can be like that superstar.
Introducing Sudbury's first professional basketball team, the Sudbury 5. That was exciting. That was exciting. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's get some energy going from everybody. All right, let's give you a little bit of context. My name is Clifton Nicholas Henry Elias Skeletor, the first. Most people just call me Cliff Skeletor. I'm the co-owner of Launchpad Creative, and we had the wonderful opportunity to work with SWSE to create this brand. And I gotta say, we're really, really excited about it. So, got a little bit of notes, gotta refer to them. I'm so excited that I got invited here to talk about this. Dario, thank you so much for this opportunity. Andrew, Scott, everybody, Bob, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about our thought process when developing the brand. So that's not something that we as marketers get an opportunity to do very often. So I'm quite excited about it. So we had a few goals. When we were developing this brand, we wanted it to represent the community, our history, and the culture of basketball. We wanted to ensure that there was a cool factor, that it felt iconic, and we really wanted to position the Sudbury 5 as the Raptors of the NBL. That's a big goal. Any Raptors fans in the house? Yeah? I like this. I like the wave. It's perfect. It's perfect. I don't know if you guys remember, like 10 years ago, the Raptors, when they used to have Barney as their logo, they weren't very cool. Even the city of Toronto was not really the cool city it's considered today. And a lot of amazing things happened. They built an incredible brand within that community. And they've done an excellent job with We the North, with tying in the entire country, right? And so one thing we understood, it's a simple truth of life, whether you are black, whether you are white, young or old, large or small, you probably want to feel good about the community you live in. We believe that respectable brands built within communities have the power to do that. Best example, again, the Raptors. Look what they've done for the pride of that city. And I believe we could do that here in Sudbury. I really do believe we could build up this community and position ourselves to be a leader, all right? So I want to kind of talk about how we did eventually arrive at the 5. Some of you guys have probably figured it out already. You know, you guys all have, you know, your ideas, and most of you guys are right. But first we wanted to start, we did a contest, we got over hundreds of people suggesting names. It was crazy because we had created this page that literally nobody was following, but then we launched the contest and the engagement was absolutely incredible, which told us right away how excited and how hungry this city was and is for basketball. So we had the daunting task of slimming it down to 3 options. It was not very easy because there were so many good options, which we will share at another point. And some really brilliant names. Now, we brought the 3 names to the group, and the group worked really hard. I mean, I think we were locked in a room for quite a few hours. We basically agreed that we don't leave this room until we decide on a name, and we went with the name that felt right to us, and we went with the 5. All right, so this is important. I want to share this about branding. The brand is not just a name and a logo. The brand is the team, community, and the voices that we use to pour meaning into that name and logo. The 5 existed long before we launched this team, and it will exist long after we are involved with it. This is our chance to do something really amazing as a community, and I'm really hoping that you join us in doing something amazing with this team. So let's start to connect the dots. First of all, 705. The 5 is the last digit there. And something else that we kind of figured out was, of the 5 major cities, there's 5 major cities with the 705 area code. We are in the center of those cities. That's very exciting for us. As well, we're the nickel city, right? I mean, it just makes sense. 5 cents to be precise. I almost bailed on that joke. 5 cents to be precise. All right, so also on top of that, there's 5 guys on the court. So those are some of the reasons that really helped us connect those dots and made it really feel like it made sense. Did we draw inspiration from the Toronto Raptors? Heck yeah. A lot of inspiration. They're doing a fantastic job. And so actually I wanted to even point out within the logo itself, so as you see it's a 5, but it's also made up of 5 elements. We thought that was really fun. We also, you know, the B in there, kind of B for basketball. So we had a lot of fun with this. There is a website right now as well, the5.ca, so you guys could go check it out. We came up with the slogan, Kings of the Underground. Kings, you know, on a court, underground. It's Sudbury, right? It just felt right. But I just want to end on this note. This is not the launch of a local team for a local brand. This is the launch of a national brand for the capital city of the North. This is the Sudbury 5 basketball organization. Thank you so much for listening. Just a quick heads up too, you'll notice we have a little bit of merchandise here. We've got a lovely young lady over here in the corner repping one of the hats, and she's got herself a cool t-shirt on. So yeah, if you wanna, you can kind of walk around if people want to check you out. We got a lovely lady in the front row with her hat on backwards, looking sharp. All right, so Andrew, who do we have coming up next?
All right, so we are...
Oh, that's what we're gonna do. Yes, I had an Oddly joke. Can I make my Oddly joke? So we have a fella, his name is Oddly. He couldn't make it here. So I just
You should have stuck to the first one to hit a home run. Unfortunately, oddly, Stevenson, Deputy Commissioner of the NBL, was unable to make the flight this morning due to an unforeseen accident that occurred on the Gardner. And so he missed the flight. And so unfortunately, but like I said in the kickoff, we're going to try and connect here. We're trying to call oddly, and he's not answering, but he is texting me. Oddly enough. So while we're doing that, I do want to thank Will Hemsel, Will Hemsel, who was graciously taking care of the music and the energy leading into today.
All right, I just wanted to call out his business as well. He owns the Refinery Barbershop in this city, and if you want proof of that, you see that good-looking man right there? You should stand up for a second, Jason. Look at the beard on that man. Look at the haircut. Let's get a round of applause for how absolutely good-looking and talented this man is right here. All right, so we're working on getting Audley on there. Oh my God, look at that handsome face. Audley, how are you?
Oh, we froze.
Good, how are you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. Oddly, you have the attention of the room if you want to take advantage of the Wi-Fi.
It's freezing.
Just keep smiling.
Smile though. That's all we need.
Well, listen, we tried. He is very happy. I'll do my best to cover for Audley. Do you want to try?
How we doing?
It's freezing.
Can you cut the video and just that audio?
Is that better?
Try it, Audley. Okay.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so
You know what? Just go back to leave the 5. We'll call him back. Okay. So I'll do my best to quickly speak to the NBL and the NBL Canada. 4 years ago, I was involved in a project, and I engaged with previous commissioner of the National Basketball League of Canada. His name was Dave Magley. He saw the value in expanding to the north. He saw the value in the west. NBL has now 11 franchises in its repertoire, 6 in the East Coast and 5 in Ontario. Now that the Sudbury 5 are active and involved. When I've been speaking with Audley over the past few months, and I'm going to introduce Bob in a minute, but certainly Audley's taken over from David, who left, because those things happen in these leagues. But Audley, under his guidance, and with the restructuring of the governors, the Board of Governors, the league is really positioning itself for that growth, and we're really excited to be a part of that. Not only to compete and bring entertainment, because that's what basketball really is about. It's a really close connection between music, entertainment, live video, and sport. And those things, that mix, really speaks to where this is going. And from a community level, as we built the brand from that position, I think that there's a lot that people can take ownership of in a shorter amount of time than it does with other leagues and stuff like that. So. The NBL itself, we can hook up media with Audley. He's happy to be there, and he apologizes for not being able to be here today. But that, I guess, will sort of sum that up. Right now, I think tonight, they are playing Game 2 of their finals. Halifax and London are again competing for the league championship, and so it'll be exciting to see that. The talk of this team has captured the imagination of several of mine. When I go to the Voyager Basketball Academy with my kids and I see the amazing growth in basketball, the interest and attention that youth are coming, even to learn on Saturday that a new academy level girls team is coming to the north, along with the expansion of, I think it's I don't know what league it is, so I won't say, and mess it up, but that tells me that there is something real about that and something really exciting that we can all jump onto, let alone the excitement that's happening at Laurentian with Cadre Gray and the team there and how well they're doing. So I think this is a great synergy. So now I'd like to call on Bob Johnson. Bob, if you come up a few words. Bob is the new Vice President of Basketball Operations and is basically charged with getting this thing off the ground, and I'd like you to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Andrew. After retiring from working for the city a couple of years ago, sports entertainment, and one thing led to another, and I became involved with basketball, and I've been charged with implementing the basketball program. While I readily admit that the sport of basketball is somewhat foreign to me, I believe that the business of sport is relatively the same, and I'm hoping that my business background and the number of years experience with the city will pay dividends in launching this team. Although this will be our inaugural season in the Professional Basketball League, our sights are squarely set on becoming the flagship franchise in the National Basketball League of Canada. The most interesting, intriguing part of launching a new team to me personally is the fact that we're not burdened or influenced by a previous legacy. We have the rare opportunity to address every element of our business in a forward-thinking organization. Is going to set the bar high with respect to how we run this organization professionally. First and foremost, we are going to hire and put a competitive basketball team on the court. Our basketball players are going to be men of character, they're going to be engaged in our community, and they're going to be good role models for our youth. We anticipate hiring our first coach sometime in June, and in the same vein as our players, we're expecting our coach will be experienced with a full professional coaching credentials and resume, and will also be engaged in our community. We're currently working with a private partner in the city on launching a basketball academy to stimulate basketball growth in Northern Ontario. In addition to what we're doing with respect to our players and our coach, we want to ensure the in-game experience is something exemplary. We're going to have a quality team, obviously, on the court, but our fans are going to be entertained as well with music, a well-choreographed dance troupe, and in-game promotions that are both interactive and fun for the entire fan base. For those in our community that aren't familiar with the National Basketball League of Canada, you should be aware that there's teams that span from the East Coast as far away as St. John's, Newfoundland, all the way. And it's my understanding that the league is looking at expanding even further into Western Canada in the future. For our home games, the Sudbury Arena will host the home games, and we'll convert the ice surface to a basketball court. And then the feel and look is going to be entirely different than the experience with our hockey club. Tickets have been priced they're affordable, and they can be purchased online at no additional charge for online fees. The highly coveted courtside seats and suites will receive personalized food and bar service, and will have a view of the game only meters away from the intense action. I can't overstate the fact that our approach to building a loyal fan base will be centered around our efforts in customer service and an in-game experience that is unparalleled in the league. Nothing would please me more that right out of the gate, we rival the Sudbury Wolves as far as interest and attendance at our games. In closing, bringing a professional sport to our organization, our community, is incredibly exciting. Your support, the support of our community, and the enthusiasm of our community are absolutely critical to our success. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob. We'll have circulate that electronically just following. But at this point, well, I'd like you to bring up the action a little bit, because we do have a little surprise at the end. We didn't want to end this on just a business and academic note. Let's get some clapping, because at this point we want to reveal the uniforms. So I'd like to call Miles and Alexander to come show off what this team is going to look like. So at this point, Dario, I'd like you to come up and get a picture with Miles and Alexander, home and away. What's that? Yeah, in between, yeah, for sure. Straight down. You good? You tell me. Okay, so at this point we're thinking the white jersey is the home jersey. As you can see on the left chest is the NVL Canada emblem. The dark sweaters will be the away jerseys that they'll play on the road, and it's certainly something that I think will look real good on the court and in the community. Miles, smile. That's great, yeah, no. And I'd like to point out Lords of the Underground playing in the background for the Kings of the Underground. I guess we couldn't find a song that actually was called the Kings of the Underground, but maybe that'll be our theme song.
That's intimidating.
It is totally intimidating.
That's intimidating.
Well, listen, I think at this point, certainly I saw a few other people filter in that were busy doing business and getting there. I do want to respect everybody's time. It has been quite a long one, and we're tied in tight here, but it's certainly an exciting day in Greater Sudbury sports. Dario, I want to thank you for the opportunity. This has been a process and an exciting one, and one that we've laid a great foundation on for this whole community. Certainly, working with people over on the Wolves side to deliver games, we've got an opportunity to invest and make some real neat things happen downtown and really inspire the community. So thank you very much for coming out. We'll make sure we're all available for questions and answers, and please feel free to grab some of the pizza and all the hors d'oeuvres that Red Fang has put together for us. Certainly want to thank Rob Gregorini and Tiffany for all the work they did in letting us host it in such a perfect venue. So without further ado, thanks everybody for tuning in, and look for more information from the